lighthouse. Right. I want to show you guys, it was raining for a while before I got here. And you can see this tree and these boughs that hang down. And it was totally dry underneath. So I put my tent there. It's dry over here for my hammock. Now I did seriously consider going on. There's a gentleman here that he was telling me about a fish camp. It's privately owned, but the guy who owned it had died, and it's about 5 miles further, so it would give me a 19-mile day tomorrow instead of 24, and that would be good because the winds are going to change, and it's going to be probably going into 3 to 5 foot waves and 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. It doesn't make sense to do another 5 miles, another hour, if I'm tired and hungry and just had a big day already doing 23 miles. Wasn't too sure about it, so, and then I don't want to worry about getting caught on a private residence. And so it's like 6:30 on Saturday morning. I was hoping to get to Grace Island today, the last stopover before doing the crossing. So when I was just listening to the weather radio, it's sounding like, well, there is a small craft advisory today. The wind is coming from the northwest. That could be okay, right? The waves, the wind is okay. The problem is they're saying it's gusting to 35, and that's inland. I've been out in 40 some mile an hour winds, but it actually bent the mast slightly, and 35 mile an hour gusts inland is going to be much bigger than that out on the water. If I were at my local lake, I would be like, sweet, this sounds like a fun day, and just go for it. But today, with all of my gear and with, you know, being on big water, it doesn't sound like a very good idea. You know, I don't want to break something. I don't want to break the sail clips. And gusts are much different than constant wind speed. If it was a constant 35, I'd be more likely to go out in that. The gusts, it's just really hard to predict and to react to. Unfortunately, tomorrow sounds like a perfect day to cross back to the mainland. It's 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, which is fairly tame. 1 to 3 foot waves, which is also totally doable. I've been in double that for much of this trip. The next couple days, you know, Monday, Tuesday, are thunderstorms. I'm kind of stuck here where I either need to go out in small craft advisory in order to cross Sunday, or wait a long time, or my most recent thought is to just do the crossing from here. It would be, yeah, like a 38-mile crossing. Anyway, tough decision. Joe and his catamaran powerboat that was parked here, they stayed the night last night. They just took off. Joe left me with this banana, and an apple. So thank you, Joe. I wanted to show you this back here. Last night I heard a moose I was hoping to see. But you can see these trees here. I mean, that's as high as I can reach. And they are up. Look at that one. That one's like probably 11, 12 feet up. You see all these trees, they're all eaten at the bottom, all the way back here. So there's moose in here that are just nibbling off these needles, which seems kind of crazy, but yeah, look at this, just decimated. Heard the moose last night, tromping through, you know, knocking over bushes, and it was around for a little while, maybe 20 minutes that I heard it.
as you can see, the boat's just kind of getting washed back and forth. That was a bigger one. I was able to go to the bathroom and all, but I think food and water and probably put another layer on will be better out there, but that's the cool spot. It's actually been a pretty decent sailing day. The only tough thing is that, you know, I can't change and put another layer on because, you know, the shore is just too wavy. You know, I'll get bashed around, and out here it's pretty gusty, so maybe 7.5 miles left, and I'm figuring I'll be there before 7 o'clock, which I am totally stoked with since I didn't leave till 2 or after 2, so that should be great. That's what I'm talking about. The stinking gusts, man, they're all over, zigzagging all over the place. Yeah, you can see I was heading towards the sun, and now I'm like totally veered away from it just because the wind shifted. It's been doing that. It's been doing that all day. So it's just a challenge to do anything besides keep track of the sail. So I'm on my last mile into Grace Harbor to stay at Grace Island, and I believe that when I get there that I will be the first person to circumnavigate Isle Royale in a Sunfish Sailboat. I'm not sure that that's something you want to claim. It was really gusty, unpredictable winds today, and I was going into it, you know, you just had to be on your game the whole time, and just kind of startled you with, you know, jerking you around. On such a small boat, it's just, a gust affects it so much. So I stayed upright, and I didn't have to test out the dry suit, and so thankful for that. Journey's not over yet. I still have one major crossing, you know, one of those key moments